Let's bring back Professor Huo and Einar to talk more about this. All right, so we heard from Governor Zhou Zhechuan that essentially the PBOC does not want to actively promote the use of the yuan. I think that's very interesting, I would say. He wants to create an environment where the markets can choose. Your comments on this, Professor?
What Zhou Zhechuan's remark is exactly what I was talking about. He does not want to have a complete liberalization of capital control.
At least right now, I would say.
Oh, well, for the next probably several years. Because once you have this complete lift or complete liberalization of capital control, think about what the U.S. is doing now. For U.S. for the last 50 years, U.S. has absolutely no capital control. So anybody can bring in the U.S. dollars or other U.S. dollars through the transfers.
Right.
Now, if China once decided that they are going to still keep some restrictions on the movement of renminbi capital or even in U.S. dollars in and out. What's going to happen in that respect? What's going to happen to the interest rate in China and the interest rate in the rest of the world? Presumably, since we have an incomplete arbitrage, so China's interest rate will be higher than the rest of the world. Again, I said, there will be opportunities for arbitrage. But then China, PBOC, they are the police.
Right.
We want to capture this arbitrager.
And the opportunity to arbitrage, Einar, do you think then at least short-term opportunities is what Governor Zhou Zhechuan said will happen if we liberalize the rates? Then can we expect in the near term, if rates rise, we are going to see significant hot money coming into China?
Well, you've seen significant hot money coming into China. I don't think that's the issue. I would defer to Professor Huo on this. In terms of looking at this on a global scale, though, what you have is that China is crossing the stream by feeling the rocks. This is uncharted territory, and the idea that they want to directly challenge the supremacy of the U.S. dollar as the main currency is not something they're trying to do right now. I mean, they're just taking it slowly, one step at a time. Like I said, they're trying to wring risk out of the market, deleverage, get the economy back onto an efficient level, and allow as many market controls as necessary to help things go along. But they're not, as I agree, they're not giving up a strong central policy. Nor should they.
Does that signal then the policymakers here never want a full convertible yuan? Would that be something that they're signaling?
I don't think that, I mean, you're putting words in my mouth. I would say that they never get quite to that point, but neither has any other government for that matter. I mean, if you look at the kind of games that are being played in Japan, Washington, Great Britain right now, with the monetary policy, it's very, very difficult to say that they are somehow trusting in the market and throwing caution to the winds. Every country has to work very carefully in its own interests and balance international and domestic.
Well, I guess from today's press conference, I would say gradual. That was the key takeaway I had. I heard from the rate reform, so we're going to see what happens.